Hi guys, so this is my 2-week update of me using the Clinique 3-step anti-blemish system, and as you saw last week I was very happy with the results and I really liked the way that it was going. So here is my 2-week update, and I'm going to be doing some photos as well in them, and all of these photos were taken by myself and they are completely unedited, so you can see exactly what my skin looks like after each day. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'm going to start off with the updates. Hi guys, so it's the start of another week of me using the Clinique 3-step system, and I believe that it's done very well in the past 7 days, and I feel like my skin does look a lot better than it was 7 days ago. So as you can see, I don't have as many spots around here, and also this one here is almost gone. I feel like I have a day left and then that one's gone, and I don't really feel anything else coming up on my forehead, which is good news as well. So I'll zoom in so you guys can see exactly what my face looks like close up. So this is what my chin looks like. As you can see, there are just a little few blemishes all around here. This bit isn't as red as it was before on my chin. It seems to be doing a lot better with the redness, and also I can't feel that many spots coming up on here as well. And also around here I do have a few spots coming up here, but there's really not much around this section, just around here. And I do feel like that I only have 1 or 2 spots around my mouth, which I think is really good considering that I normally break out around there anyway. So now onto my cheeks, and I feel like these have got a lot better. My pores have got a lot smaller in the last 7 days than they had beforehand. They don't seem as deep or as big as they were, and also I can't see any spots around here or really any redness at all. So I feel like it's done really well on my cheeks, and also around here I only actually have this spot left, and it doesn't look like it's going to take very long for it to go either. It looks like it's only got about a day left and then it's gone, but I can't feel any more coming up on the inside of my eyes as well. I feel like this has done really good, especially around this area as well. And then on my forehead I can't really feel any of them come up at all. I think there's probably one here and maybe one here that might come up, but they don't feel like they're going to be really big ones, and they don't feel like that they're going to be really big volcanoes or really hurt when they come through as well. They're just little tiny lumps, and the other day I felt a few lumps on top of my head, but they were gone within the next day, so that's really good, and I am pleasantly surprised at how well it's done on my skin. And honestly, I can't wait to see the results of 2 weeks using the product, because I feel like it might actually do a really good job, and I'm just really excited. So I'm going to give you another update tomorrow guys, and this is the 8th day of me using the Clinique 3-step blemish system. Bye! Hi guys, so this is what my skin looks like after 9 days of using the Clinique 3-step blemish system, and I feel like it has sort of cleared a lot of it away. I do seem to have a few extra ones on top of my forehead right here, but on this side it seems to have cleared, and also on my cheeks it's cleared a lot as well, and just on my chin I still have a few there that haven't quite gone at the moment. But so far I haven't had any reactions to any of the products that I've been using, and they do seem to be leaving my skin really nice and soft. So I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see exactly what it looks like. So this is what my chin looks like, and as you can see I still have a few blemishes around here, and then I also have redness here, but it's not as red as it was before. It's gone down a hell of a lot to what it was. And also I have a few little bits here of acne, and then I have a few just here, and it's still a bit red, but to be honest it's gone a lot better than what it was on the first day of using the product. And with my cheeks I can't see that there are any extra blemishes that have come up, and it doesn't seem to be as red as it was as well. There's no red blotches either, and on my nose it doesn't seem to have any acne or anything on it. It seems to be pretty clear. And as you know, I had 3 spots right here at the beginning of me using the product, and they're basically almost all gone. I literally feel like this is basically gone. There's just a tiny bit of redness, and it's not even that large as what it was before, where it actually looked like a volcano, but it seems to be a lot better than it was, and I can't really notice it anymore, so that's a very positive thing. And my forehead seems to be pretty clear as well. I do have the odd bump that I can feel here of a bit of acne coming up, and just here I have a red spot come up. It's not like a really white one or a blackhead. It's just basically just a little bit of a bump with redness on it, so it's not like a proper spot. So I think that that's pretty good how it hasn't come up like a giant spot, and it does seem to be not that bad, and it seems like it might go in the next few days. And also I haven't got any more around here. Hi guys, so this is what my skin looks like after the 10th day. I don't really know how I feel about this product anymore. It's because it keeps clearing all of my spots up, and then it just makes me break out even more, and then it starts clearing them up again. It's really confusing when it does something like that, because I don't know if it's working on my skin or if my skin's having a reaction to it. So I can see that there are some red patches around here, and I know for a fact I'm going to be getting some spots here, and then also around here it near enough cleared up, and then it just broke out again. And I feel like it's starting to clear up again now, but there are so many blemishes around here, which is really crazy. And then also I noticed that I have loads of spots around here as well. And I didn't used to ever get spots on my forehead, which I think is really weird, because as soon as I start using this product I tend to get some spots on my head, and I just find that a bit strange because I've never really got them before. So I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see exactly what my skin looks like. So this is what my chin looks like, and as you can see there is a lot of redness around here. There are quite a few blemishes, and I think that that's a little bit weird, as soon as they started to clear up and then now they've just broken up again, and they haven't really come up again on my chin, so I feel like that stayed the same as it has since it cleared up a bit. And then around here I've only got a few, and as you can see around here on my cheek I have quite a lot of blemishes, and I'm really annoyed at that because I thought that I'd cleared them all up. I hardly ever get blemishes on my cheeks, and now all of a sudden they've just decided to come up, and it's annoying when they're bright red ones and you can't really get rid of the redness. But I've noticed that on this cheek there's not as many. It seems a lot clearer on the cheek, and then on the nose I haven't got any blemishes either. And then as you can see on my forehead I don't really have any here, but then I have a few here at the top of my head, which I'm a little bit annoyed about because I can even feel them and I can see them because they're bright red as well. Down here by my nose has cleared up a lot as well, but yeah, like I said, on my forehead I have a lot around this section, and I never used to get spots anywhere near around there, so I find it very strange how I've got them there now. So after 11 days of using the Clinique 3-step system, I'm not sure how I feel about it. I was praising it the other day and I was very optimistic that it was going to work and that it was going to do really well, because I noticed that it was clearing it up and then it broke me out a little bit and then it cleared it up again. But I'm not sure about this product, because I'm getting a bit annoyed how it clears up my acne and then it brings it back again in a few days time. Like around here it was near enough clear the other day, and now it's just gone crazy again, and that's just really annoying for me, because even when I had Proactive it didn't really give me a lot of extra spots. It used to just keep it the same, and I used to get like the odd spot, but it's just really annoying, and I'm hoping that it's actually going to work out for the next few days so I can have a very positive review for the 2-week step. But I'm not optimistic it's going to work at the moment. I just feel like it might not work and it might just break me out even more. And I also tried the foundation that they gave me for it, the Anti Blemish foundation, because they said that this would work really well, and because I have dry to normal skin, it just didn't work for my skin, and it just was all cakey and horrible, and I really didn't like it, and it did not go well with my skin, so I just decided not to use it. And my foundation, it's not any different from the one that I used to have when I was on Proactive, so know that it's not my foundation that's breaking me out, which I find really strange when they're saying if there's something with oils in it, it can break you out. This isn't breaking me out, and I know that for a fact because it was exactly the same when I was using my Proactive, and I haven't changed my foundation routine at all. And I'll be back tomorrow to give you another update to tell you if I think it's good or if I think it's bad, or if I've broken out anymore, or if I've cleared up. Bye! Hi guys, this is what my skin looks like after 12 days of using the Clinique 3-step system, and I have noticed that from yesterday it has cleared up a hell of a lot. Yesterday I was really worried because it didn't seem to clear up and it tended to get a lot worse than it was before, but now it has cleared up a lot more. I feel like there's hardly anything on my forehead now, and my chin has got completely clear, and also on the sides of my face is completely clear. There's nothing on my cheeks either, and nothing on my nose, and nothing in between my eyes, so I feel like it's really worked to the last day, and I feel like I'm really happy with how my skin's getting along now, so I'm hoping that it's going to completely clear it all up for the 14-day mark and see if it does look any good, and I really hope that it does. So I'm going to zoom in so you can see exactly what my face looks like from yesterday. So as you can see, there are only actually a few blemishes on this side of my face. It has gone down a lot more than it was yesterday. Yesterday they were basically everywhere all around here and it was horrible because there were so many, and now there's literally like about 3 or 4 around here. Bearing in mind that the majority of them are actually big ones, but they just seem to be disappearing really well. And then along here there are only a few as well. It's a lot less than they were yesterday, and I don't feel like there's any on my chin at all. So I feel like that's done really good as well. And this was a problem area that I was most worried about because I tend to get loads of spots around my chin, and it seems to have really cleared them up the last day, and I feel like that's done really well. And as you can see on my cheeks, I don't have any acne there. It seems to have cleared up a lot. I did have some red patches on this cheek yesterday and they seem to have gone, and I still haven't got any on my nose, which I think is really good. And on the top of my lip, I don't feel like I have any at all. There may be 1 or 2 red marks around here because I can feel little lumps, but other than that, this bit has done really, really well, and I'm really pleased with how my skin's looking. It's starting to look a lot more clear. And now onto my forehead, I feel like that it has cleared up a lot since yesterday. I did have some really bad red blotches all around my forehead, and I feel like I only have about 2 here, but you can't really see them very well. And then I think there's probably 1 here, but you can't really see that either. So this bit has cleared up a lot, and I do feel like my skin's looking a lot clearer as well. Hi guys, so this is what my skin looks like after hitting the 14-day mark, and so far I think that it has done an improvement. It's not a crazy improvement like it says that it would do, but it is a lot of an improvement. I've noticed that a few days ago my forehead was completely covered with red blotches and it was absolutely horrible, and I've noticed now that that has toned down a hell of a lot. And also there are no spots around here, which is where I was getting a lot of them when I first started using the product. I have noticed that there are a lot on my chin as well, though still. Right on my chin I don't think that there is any there. There's maybe one lump that I can feel on my actual chin. Then around here there are quite a few more spots, but to be honest it's getting a lot clearer and a lot better than it was before, so I'm quite happy with the way that it's gone around here. There are still a lot of spots around here, but the redness has gone down a lot and I haven't got as many as I did have before, but the rest of my face looks near enough completely clear, which I'm really happy about. And yeah, I'm just so happy that it has actually decided to work, and it did take a little while for it to actually work a little bit because it was making my skin worse and then it was making it better, then it was making it worse again, so it's taken quite a while. So this seems to be the problem area where it's not as clear as I would like, but the rest of my face seems to be near enough clear, and I'm pretty happy with the rest of my face at the moment in time. I didn't actually do an update yesterday because my face didn't look any different from the day before, so I'm going to zoom in on my face so you guys can see exactly what it looks like now. So as you can see, I do actually have quite a lot of acne still around here, and I don't feel like that's going to go anytime soon, only because there's so many there and nothing really tends to make it completely clear. But I've noticed that I don't actually really have any on my actual chin, which is good. I just have the redness around here, but I've had that for years, so I'm not really thinking that it's going to completely get rid of it. It might get rid of it a little bit, but I don't think like it's going to actually completely get rid of this. And on this side of my face I haven't got as many as on the right side, but I still do have a lot of blemishes, but to be honest they seem to be okay. They're not too bad. It's okay, I can cope with it at the moment, but I just want it to be completely clear, and then I won't have to use any other products for my face to get rid of my blemishes, and I will be super happy. So as you can see on my cheeks they're pretty much clear, and so is my nose, but my pores haven't really done any difference from the first few days of me actually using the product. They haven't got any better than they were. They've basically stayed exactly the same as they were within the first 2 days of using the product, so I don't feel like it's done a lot on my pores, and my pores are quite deep, so I do want them to look a lot better and not as deep as they do, because you can tell with the majority of foundations what it actually looks like. But yeah, like I said, I'm pretty happy with my cheeks and my nose. There doesn't seem to be really much difference. There's just a few around here, but to be honest it's okay. They're not really red, and I can pretty much deal with it anyway. So onto my forehead, and I feel like my forehead has pretty much nearly cleared up. I don't really see any really deep red marks at all on my head. I feel some little lumps on there, but everyone sort of gets them, and I always get them, but they don't seem to be really red and they don't seem to be huge. They seem to be pretty good anyway. I'm pretty impressed with my forehead. It's not as bad as it was the other day, and the spots have been going down a lot, and so is the redness as well. So as you saw in the video, I sort of had pretty much a roller coaster week of using this system, and I did start liking the way that it was going. It was clearing up all of my blemishes, and then it started to basically break me out even more, and my redness was going crazy and my spots were going crazy as well. So by day 8 I saw that there were less spots on my chin, smaller spots between my eyes as well, and I had more spots near my nose, my pores were a little bit smaller, and my redness was reduced, and I did have a few more spots on my forehead, but there were only small ones and they were a little bit red. And then on day 9 my spots cleared a lot more on my cheeks and also around my nose area, and then my forehead I had a lot more spots, and on my chin I had a lot more spots, which isn't good. As you guys know, it is the worst place where I get spots, and I get so many of them, and it's really hard for me to clear them up. And the good things about day 9 was that I noticed that I wasn't having any type of reaction to any of the products that I'm using on my skin. They are working really nice. My skin isn't getting horrible and I'm not having a reaction from them, which is really good, because as I told you about my Proactive one, I did start getting a bit of a reaction to that. Also, my skin was being kept very, very soft with a moisturiser, and I do still feel it being really soft now, and I really do like it. I feel like that the moisturiser is really good for my skin, and it does feel like it's completely clearing my skin, if you know what I mean. It does feel really soft and it feels like it's completely cleaned. And then also the redness on my chin had reduced a lot as well. And then by day 10 I was feeling a bit iffy about this product. As you saw in the videos, I didn't know if I liked it. I pretty much hated the product on day 10. My skin was clearing up a bit and I was really happy with how it was looking, and then all of a sudden I had all of these different breakouts all over my face, and it wasn't really good, and I absolutely hated it on that day. I don't really want to finish off using this product. I don't really like the way that it's making my skin look, and my skin's just getting worse. I also had a lot more red patches and spots on my cheeks and also on my chin as well, mainly around here on my cheeks I had them, and that was really bad for me because they were just getting really bad and they did start to clear up, and that just really annoyed me, and I did get a lot more spots on my forehead as well, as you saw. And then day 12 my skin was clearing up a lot more than it was the day before. I just felt like my skin just needed a little bit of a break, and I just feel like the day after my skin was looking a little bit better, and I don't know if it was a certain product that I was using was breaking me out, but it did start clearing up, which was good. And I didn't have any extra spots on my forehead, my nose, my cheeks. They were clearing up a lot more on all of those areas, and you could hardly see any of my spots on any of those places. And I also was very optimistic that it was working, because as you saw it was clearing it up, and I was really sort of excited to see how it was going to work for the 14-day mark. And then also on day 14 my skin was improving a little bit. It wasn't a lot, it was just a little bit more. I didn't have any spots in between my eyes, which, as you know, I have the absolutely biggest volcano spots between my eyes, which is really horrible. I didn't have any more spots on my cheeks and chin. I still did have a lot of spots, but I didn't get any more than what I had before, a few days before then. And the spots on my forehead and also on my nose had completely cleared up, so I didn't have any on there, which was really good. So for my full review of using this for the 2 weeks, it does say on the box that after 2 weeks it reduces the look of pores, controls excess shine and oil, and feel confident with clearer skin. I have to say that with the pores it didn't make a dramatic difference. It just sort of made them a little bit smaller. It wasn't crazy. I still do have very large pores, so I don't feel like it worked as well on that part. And then also controls excess shine and oil. I'm not really that oily. I mean, like in the summer I do get an oily T-zone, but it just basically makes me look like I have a very shiny forehead. But I always get that. I don't know why. I just have a shiny forehead, and this just doesn't seem to do any difference to it. It just still happens. And then feel confident with clearer skin. Now I noticed that my skin is quite a lot clearer than it was beforehand, but I don't feel confident not wearing any foundation for it. I have to wear sort of a full coverage foundation. I also have to put a concealer over my spots as well, because I don't feel confident. I feel like I have quite a lot of spots and they're not clearing up as much as I would have liked. I'm liking the way that it's going. It hasn't irritated my skin at all. Also, it's making my skin feel a lot more moisturised and making it feel a lot more nicer as well. I was in the first week using my Garnier Moisture Match to moisturise all my skin because I didn't feel like that the moisturiser in the pack would actually work properly for my skin, and I feel like that sort of broke me out a little bit on the first week. But then after that I just decided to use the whole of this moisturiser on my face instead of the Garnier one, and it does seem to be working quite well, and it's not as moisturising as my normal moisturiser, but it is pretty moisturising, and it does sort of make my makeup look a lot better when it goes on as well. So as you saw, it was sort of a roller coaster week for me using this system, and I did start to like it because it was clearing up my skin, and then I also absolutely hated it after a little while because it was making my skin break out, and then it was clearing up my skin a little bit more. So I'm interested to see how it's going to look for week 3 of me using this. So make sure that you check back every week for another update. Make sure that you give it a thumbs up and comment down below to let me know if you feel like it's making my skin look any better, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!